angle on it is slightly different than that.
Well, I thought it was too when I first started investigating it, but once I started reading, watching all the documentaries, and then finally getting to the letters, because the letters, of course, were the most revealing of all, I realized that while there was great love between them, and I do believe they loved each other, they both made huge sacrifices, many compromises, and I think they suffered immensely because essentially after they married they were exiled. They lived in exile, and I think that pained Edward greatly. I mean, once you're the king, you can't get a job as a waiter.
You'll find that. The waitressing days are behind you, Madonna.
I know, but you do have to think about these things. Your leaders tits up. I do have other talents.
As your mindset about, because you've talked about recently about how you now don't believe in sort of perfect love anymore.
Well, it's not that I've ever believed in perfect love, it's just from the outside. You know, if you're a romantic like me, and every girl I know is, every girl wants to be swept off her feet by a knight in shining armor. Unfortunately, we are raised on those fairy tales, and even if we're sophisticated, educated, intellectual, evolved human beings, we still, in the back of our mind, think that Mr. Right's going to come along and sweep us off our feet and take us off into the sunset, and we're going to live happily ever after. Am I right, ladies? Okay.
That's one of you.
Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so, and then, you know, and in the back of our mind we believe that, but in the front of our mind we keep getting reminded that it's actually not true, but in the back of our mind we keep believing it, right? Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? And so we keep getting disappointed.
So you could, I mean, what you're saying is...
It's a paradox, isn't it? Because you want that, but on the other hand, if you've got half a brain, you know that it doesn't really exist.
But could you see yourself walking down an aisle again, in an ideal situation?
I could actually. Yes.
What about music? Now, and your career, I mean, lots of people, the people, much of it. I don't want to go through all the statistics, like 250 million albums, with a nice visual way to kind of have a quick look.
I hope it's nice.
This is okay. We're showing it through the artistic prowess of two nice Italian men, flown in specially, and they've made all these dolls of you, I know that sounds lame, these are really good.
Okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
No.
Let me pick a good one. But these aren't, no, I'm sorry, these are good, Where were the guys who made them? Oh, there they are, hello, what are your names?
Hi. Our names are Hi and Hi.
Mario, Johnny, hello, grazie, delle bombole. No. That is good because you've got your mic pack on and everything.
You see?
That's Vogue, isn't it? Is that Vogue?
Sort of. Not bad.
That's it, not bad, we're getting there. That's the good one, Dave.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
Let me see that one.
Yeah, which is that one? Yeah, that one. The detail, I think, is amazing.
You kind of made me look like a Victoria's Secret model. Thanks.
But here's the kicker. Because when we said we'd like to see your dolls and they were coming especially to the show, they then, especially for us, they made this. This is you at the Venice Film Festival. There you are at the Venice Film Festival. But you don't have the glasses, Mario and Gianni. You haven't got the sunglasses. Oh, you have them, okay. Look at that. Isn't that good?